Now, just to close out the fun show that we're having on a lot of legislation and moving parts and pieces, I would be a little remiss to not mention this video clip or show this video clip just for fun, because it's funny to see the reaction. For those who don't know, Alex Jones is on trial for defamation of the Sandy Hook parents. The Sandy Hook shooting that happened back in, I believe, 2014 when I was in high school. And this was a shooting of elementary school kids. And Alex Jones basically said it was a fraud. It was fake. These people are paid actors, all this stuff. And now he's on trial because obviously it wasn't fake. These kids actually did die. And they sued him for defamation. And I guess I won't spoil what happens in the video, but we will discuss it in a second here. But let's just enjoy Alex Jones' reaction to his phone records being shown in the court without his knowledge beforehand.
Mr. Jones, you know how an iPhone works, right? You've had iPhone text messaging for several years now.
Yeah.
What does it mean if the messages are in blue? Whose messages are those? Whose phone is this taken from?
I don't know whose phone's taking them. I mean, I turned the phone over and said, take the stuff off.
Can I have you look in the very bottom below the very bottom left corner? Is that your phone number?
Yes. So you did get my text messages. And it said you didn't. Nice trick.
Yes, Mr. Jones. Oh. Indeed. You didn't give this text message to me. You don't know where this came from. Do you know where I got this?
No.
Mr. Jones, did you know that 12 days ago, your attorneys messed up and sent me an entire digital copy of your entire cell phone with every text message you've sent for the past 2 years, and when informed, did not take any steps to identify it as privileged or protected in any way. And as of 2 days ago, it fell free and clear into my possession. And that is how I know you lied to me when you said you didn't have text messages about Sandy Hook. Did you know that?
I told you the truth. This is your Perry Mason moment. I gave them my phone, and then...
Mr. Jones, you need to answer the question.
No,
Did you know this happened?
No, I didn't know this happened. But I mean, I told you I gave them the phone over.
But just
And
answer the question.
You said in your deposition, you searched your phone. You said you pulled down the text, did the search function for Sandy Hook. That's what you said, Mr. Jones, correct?
And I had several different phones with this number, but I did, yeah. Well, of course, I mean, that's why you got it.
No, Mr. Jones, that's not why I happened.
My lawyer sent it to you, but I'm hiding it. Okay.
Mr. Jones,
Mr. Jones,
please just answer questions. There's no question. Mr. Bankston also only asks questions.
Sure. Mr. Jones.
That lawyer is going to get absolutely... Oh, man. Oh, just look at this. What a great encapsulation of how Alex Jones, poor me, my phone records. Screw him, right? He is... Look, there's comedic factors of what a lot of these far-right folks do and say sometimes, right? Like, this guy is extremely out there. But there is real, tangible harm that someone like Alex Jones causes. And sending people into, Comet Ping Pong or whatever it was to kill, to shoot up people that were doing Pizzagate or whatever it is, right? And these fake conspiracies saying that these things aren't real. And look, I'll be honest with you. And I don't think I've ever talked about this before. The first conspiracy video that I've ever seen, like knowingly seen, was in 2014. Alex Jones claiming that the shooting was fake. Because I think the reason why I saw it was because I was trying to figure out how could this happen? I was 17 or 18, and I didn't understand like how this happened. And like, I know that it's like sounds almost naive or silly, and just saying like, well, of course these things happen all the time. But that one, I know like there's been like Uvalde and like other school shootings, but that one was really, really specifically bad. And I think that people, even like myself, were looking for like, how could this possibly happen? Now, I didn't believe, obviously, that it was fake, but this is what was coming up in the algorithm on YouTube at the time. So when people talk about deplatforming, this is an extremely tangible, pungent example of how someone that is causing real life harm to people should be deplatformed, and how it takes them out of the cultural zeitgeist that is important for them to impact people in that way and get their ideas into people's heads. Now, he is a specifically bad person having that platform. There are arguments about deplatforming, and we can go, on and on and on about that stuff. But when it boils down to should we just point and make fun at this guy? At this point, I think it's just fun to just like, there's nothing wrong with like pointing at this guy and just saying like, dude, you're a lunatic, you caused all these people harm, and sorry, like now you gotta just get laughed at and publicly humiliated because your lawyer purposely or non-purposely leaked your entire phone records to the opposition's lawyer, and you didn't even know, and you tried to lie about it under oath. You're an idiot, and you deserve. I forget what he says. There's a classic Alex Jones clips that just says, "You deserve everything that happens to you, scum." I think that's what it is. So it's applicable here for Alex Jones. Defamation lawsuit, civil suit, so you're not going to go to jail or anything, but still, people should be held to account for what they do and say.